What makes any Jerry Jones press conference so fun is that we never know what to expect or what Jerry might say, and the only thing I'll put money on for Monday is that yours truly will not get the opportunity to ask 10 press conference questions. But that is not because I don't have 10 lined up for Jerry about making Brian Schottenheimer the Cowboys' 10th all-time head coach, and I thought I'd be nice and give Jerry this little night before cheat sheet. So let's get started. Question number 1. Jerry, when did you become interested in Brian Schottenheimer as your next head coach? As we look back, it was on the 13th that your statement about mutually splitting up with Mike McCarthy went out. It wasn't until 8 days later that Schottenheimer got an interview. Was there an aha moment bumping into him in the hallway at the Star? Did he pitch you in some very impressive way? And that leads me into question number 2. Do you believe, looking back, that Brian Schottenheimer was the best available head coaching candidate out there, better than, say, Bill Belichick with those 6 Super Bowl rings, better than Ben Johnson? Question number 3. There were just those 4 official interviews. Why not talk with more candidates? The Bears, they spoke with 20 different coaches. In the end, you only brought in 3. You didn't talk with guys like Aaron Glenn or Cliff Kingsbury, even though you could have. And that leads me to question number 4, which centers in on number 4, Dak Prescott. How much input did the $240 million quarterback have in this process ultimately? And if he did have a lot of input in it being Schottenheimer in the end, I wonder what kind of input he might have had if he was able to speak with you before splitting up with Mike McCarthy. Number 5, when it comes to control, how much does Schottenheimer have as far as filling out the rest of this staff? Is the defensive coordinator hire all his, all yours, or somewhere in the middle? And speaking of filling out the staff, during the last couple of weeks, Jerry, have you spoken with Jason Witten about a future coaching with the Cowboys? And with Schottenheimer taking over, does he get any input in adding Witten to the staff? As you might imagine, if Witten is perceived as a potential successor at head coach, that could be a little bit awkward. Number 7, Prime. Why didn't Dion end up with an official interview in this process? As far as we understand, he was your first call after the McCarthy breakup. Was that ever a serious situation? Were you seriously interested in hiring Dion? And did Steven throw a wrench in that plan? Number 8, does this team continuing its history of never having a minority head coach matter? In fairness, there are 10 other NFL franchises that have never had a black head coach. The fact also remains now, you've made 9 hires in almost 36 years as team owner. They have all been white men. Number 9, and this one is fresh. Do you regret now, as this process concludes, letting Mike McCarthy leave? After all, as it looks on paper, you remain with the same offensive system with Schottenheimer. You've just subtracted the Super Bowl champion head coach. And number 10, the thing that all your fans care about most, the Super Bowl drought. Why do you believe that Brian Schottenheimer is the guy who can end that now 29-year-long Super Bowl drought? I'm out of breath. That's all I've got for you, Jerry. Good luck on Monday. And don't worry, we will be all in listening to your every word.